In the previous episode, we learned about variables, how to assign variables, how to create them, and how to change them as well, and how to give them values. So today, episode 2 on how to code in Roblox Studio, we're going to learn about printing and arithmetics. Arithmetics as in like mathematics, like basically multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition and all that good stuff, which are not really good, but anyways, uh, so go to your Explorer right here. To open Explorer, if you don't have it, go to the View tab. So if you're on Model, go to View, and then go to Explorer on the left side. Click it, and click it along with Properties. Make sure these two are always open, because we will need them. So, in the Explorer menu, go down, scroll down, and in Server Script Service, click on the plus, or in Workspace. I'm going to make mine in Server Script Service. Click the plus and then click Script. So I already created my script, as you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and open it. So you should have a line that goes like this when you first open a script. It says hello world. And so this is basically what we're learning about, how to print stuff. So this doesn't really mean that printing like on your printer. It just means that display on the screen, display on the output. And if you don't have the output, it's right here. Go to view again, right here. And this time, over here, it's one of those small buttons. Click output. It should be darkened. That's how you know it's opened. So once you have output open, so we can know like all these stuff that pop out, I'm gonna clear it. Just ignore the red text, like those errors. I hate them. So you should have this line as the first line. So if you print it right now, like no, if you run it right now, as you can see, ignore the errors that are gonna pop out. It's right here, hello world. So as you can see, just displayed the text within the quotes to be displayed in the output menu. It only displays in the output. All prints go here. So let's stop. And now I'm going to teach you how to display text and output in many different ways. So now we know the text way, so you can just within these brackets right here, and yeah, just within these quotes, I mean, uh you can also use single quotes. It works fine as well. You can just type whatever text now, and that's printing. So let's type, this is my first print, and let's run it and see what happens. Should say exactly what we typed there. So let's scroll up. Okay, there it is. This is my first print. Okay, let's stop. Okay, so now we know how to display text easily. Like this is like the simplest print ever you can do. I usually use double quotes for prints, but yeah, you can use anything. A print to, if you like forget how to do it, is just basically print and then brackets. Open bracket, close bracket, and then with quotes inside, and that's where the text goes. Okay, so let's print numbers. We're printing text all the time here, so now let's go ahead and print some numbers. To print some numbers, you can print them using the quote way, like this, inside of quotes. You can do that, it's fine, but it's not really how we, like, most prints, if we want to print numbers, the more efficient way, or not efficient, but just, it's more like common to print numbers in this way right here. So you just put the numbers between the brackets without any quotes like that, and then and it will display like easily just like that. So you run, and then you see 9358. That's the random number I just wrote. So it got printed. So yeah, numbers don't need quotes. That's what you should know here. Numbers don't need quotes, but it does work with quotes if you just like put them around quotes too, and run, it will display 9358 again, just like this. But without quotes is more common and just better. A better practice to use to print without quotes and numbers. Okay, so now we printed numbers, text. What else can we do? That's a good question. Okay, so let's add some lines here. I'm going to make a variable, just like we learned in the previous lesson. We're going to implement variables in printing. So to do that, you already know how to create a variable. If you don't know, then check out the tutorial on the top right corner. That's gonna pop up right now. And to make a variable, just type local and then you already know this stuff. I'm gonna make my variable my quote, and then make variable of quote, and then type the text you want. So this is my quote. I like quotes. And okay, so now we want to print this. All we have to do is just put the name of your variable. Mine is my quote. Put it inside the brackets, and don't put it inside the brackets with the quotes on. That's not gonna work. Okay, put like this, just like that, without quotes, my quote. So basically you putting this like variable in, it's like basically you're copying this and pasting it inside. So let's run it and see what happens. Okay, let's scroll up. This is my quote. I like quotes. It worked. Let's go. Okay. So that's how you print using variables. And you can also use numbers as well. Let me use that. Let me use make a number quote. So local my number or my num. I'd like to keep my variables short. So my num is equal to 10. So let's just print my num now. My num, putting it here, and let's run it. Let's see, my num, and it printed 10. So that's printing basically. So that's how you print with quotes and numbers. So now we're going to actually learn about arithmetics, like equations, how to print equations, actual equations. So now we're not gonna do anything with variables right now. Just ignore these two variables right here. I'm going to work with like inside the brackets of the my print statement here. Okay, so to print equations, of course, you're going to use numbers. So just basically type an equation. So just like this, 10 plus 5. Easy equation. Now when I run this, it's going to print 15 because 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. And 15, there we go. Okay, so let's stop. So now we're going to use, yeah. So that's basically printing with equations. Let's use another operator such as multiplying. So multiplying is a star, the star symbol, shift 8 to add the star symbol. So let's do that and it should print 50. And there we go, 50. And yeah, you can use other ones like 10 minus 5, 10 divided by 5. And you can use like not only like single equations, you can like just make it longer. 10 divided by 5 plus 2 minus 10 100 and times 5. So it's going to print all that equation, and it's also going to use the order of operations, which is very nice about coding. You don't have to worry about like your mathematic like equation being like wrong because like not following BEDMAS or order of operations like they taught you in school. So let's run it and see the results because I don't know. Negative 496. Wow. So yeah. So you might ask, what is very important about printing and all that equation, mathematical stuff? So yeah, good question. printing and equations can really be helpful, like in counting, players' levels, players' coins, like in simulators or rebirths or whatever. Like they're used everywhere, but we just don't think about it. So yeah, also printing is really effective for code debugging, which we will, explore later on the series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you learned at least one thing. That's what I like to hope to achieve in each of my tutorials, like for somebody to at least learn from my content. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Uh, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.